from that break. Glad you're still watching Science Breakfast with me, HERBERT, and sign language interpreter this morning is Jedida Wafula. And now, these are the stories that are making headlines in the country. And we started off with 2.6 million pupils are sitting Kpsea and Kcpe exams countrywide. Now, the 2023 primary schools national examination began on Monday with 2.6 million pupils are sitting Kpsea and Kcpe examinations in over 60,000 centers across the country. President William Ruto oversaw the commencement of the examinations, which will also mark the last Kcpe examinations under the 844 system. But as reports show, it was not all smooth sailing for some regions where exam distribution was hampered by floods, resulting in a delay in the commencement of the results.
There is no child in Kenya who will not have a place to move on and to progress their education into the next level. That is the confidence I want you. That is the confidence I want every child in Kenya, every candidate today to know that as they go into this exam, there is an opportunity for each and every one of you. Be confident, be assured that as you go and do your exam, we want you to do your best. We want you to make us proud, make your parents proud, so that we can all move Kenya forward.
It is a serious offense not to register children for examinations. We have already directed our officers to make sure that this is properly investigated, communicated to us so that the necessary action can be taken against those who may have missed out to register our children.
Security heightened around schools in banditry-prone areas. Security has been heightened in banditry-prone areas as the Kcpe and Kpsea exams began yesterday. Now, Kenya Defence Forces officers were deployed to guard the pupils taking the exams in Baringo County in light of last week's bandit attack. Now, the officers are expected to hold fort until the last paper on Wednesday. At the same time, 2 GSU officers have been killed in a suspected Al-Shabaab as they were heading to Kcpe and Kpsea related duties. Here are the full details.
Usalama tumeweza, operations has been ongoing. Kwa hivyo tuna askari across those areas, that is Baringo North and Baringo South, penye kumekuwa na issues. Lakini upande wa mtihani, deployment ya mtihani ni askari wawili.
Kila center ina maafisa wawili, lakini kwa sababu ya mambo ya usalama tumeweza kuongeza maafisa ambayo wanachunga hizo environment, wakichunga mashule na pia raia, ili mtihani iweze kuendelea kwa njia ambayo inastahili.
And away from that, now to GSU officers allegedly search Kcpe governor's office. Now, a standoff ensued yesterday morning at the office of Kcpe County Governor Asemba Arati after a contingent of General Service Unit officers conducted a search at the governor's office. Now, following the incident, Governor Arati called on Interior and National Administration Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki to stop weaponizing the police, with county security heads rejecting accusations leveled against the police, saying the officers were taking a rest outside the office of the governor.
Ni nani hako na kitu moyoni hili ambalo nimelifanya mbaya? Si DCI wapo, ESC ipo. Kwa nini mtumie jeshi kuja kwa ofisi zangu? Kwa hivyo mimi nadhania mimi vile ninavyofikiria, walikuwa nadhania kwamba wakija watu wataanza fujo, ndiposa watu wakianza fujo watu wapigwe risasi. Hiyo ndio nia yao, kwa sababu askari wamekuwa ni wengi. Juzi mlikuwa hapa wakati tu ambapo tulikuwa tuna launch sako ya wana boda boda hapa. Baada ya sisi kumaliza, wale vijana walikuwa na zile reflectors, walikuwa wanajitambulisha nazo. Nasikia baadaye siku ya ifuatayo waliweta Reke Squad na askari kitengo cha polisi hapa na county commander ambaye imesemekana vizuri yeye ako na instruction kuhakikisha kwamba simba asongi mahali popote. Nauliza sababu ya nyinyi hawa vijana. Mheshimiwa Ruto alipokuwa na kampeni alikuwa anasema vijana wa boda boda ni wake, kina mama mboga. Kama tumeleta vijana pamoja, vijana 6,000 wa hapa na watu wapee pesa wafanye biashara, ni nini ingine tutaweza fanya nzuri kuliko hiyo? Lile lipo, nataka mimi nijue ni nani, nia yake ni gani ambaye ametoa askari wa JSU mahali walikuwa kule Kisumu kuwaleta mpaka hapa. Reke Squad ambayo inatembea hapa wanataka kuua nani? Ni kwa nini maafisa wengine wasifanye kazi? Wale wakora ambao wameua vijana hapa waliokamatwa, wale askari wote wamewakamata, wamepiwa transfer. Kwani ni nini kinaendelea hapa katika Kcpe ambacho watu hawezi elezewa? Tunahitaji, kwa sababu polisi, nasikia komanda unataka kutoroka, lazima uwajibike. Wewe ndio umewaambia askari wakuje hapa, uwajibike, utuambie sababu gani. Hapa sio uwanja wa kukuja askari kukaa. Na kama ningekuja niwapate wamekaa mahali pamoja wote ingekuwa vizuri. Lakini wame take position kama wako vitani.
Another news that is making headlines in the country, and a suitability test for diplomatic nominees continues, and ambassador nominee for Somalia Iringo Kubai has promised to deal with the province border nightmare between Somalia and Kenya to facilitate trade between the two countries if his nomination is approved by Parliament. Now Kubai spoke when he appeared before the National Assembly Committee on Foreign Affairs had pressed to explain Kenya's decision to withdraw its troops from Somalia. Here are the full details. Sets up a faster smartphone assembly plant. Now the country has set up its first smartphone assembly plant in a move aimed at increasing access to affordable smartphone devices. Now President William Ruto presided over the launch of the state-of-the-art East Africa Device Assembly Kenya Limited, which is expected to produce up to 3 million mobile phones units annually. Here is the president at that factory.
Our universal health coverage, as was said ably by CS here, is off to a very brilliant start with the recent launch of the Community Health Promoter System, which will provide preventive and promotive health services at the grassroots countrywide and facilitate diagnostic and early detection of conditions requiring curative attention to Kenyans from the comfort of their homes and in all instances free of charge. All these interventions have made unprecedented progress in expanding inclusion, enabling previously marginalized groups and households who are typically the most vulnerable and in need of these opportunities both in terms of participation and contribution, as well as receiving support and benefits. More households are now involved in gainful economic activity in various sectors. And as the bottom-up economic transformation agenda gets underway properly, this positive change will begin to demonstrate manifest progress.
To overcome this critical challenge to the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we identified the production of affordable smart digital devices as one urgent priority, as I said earlier, that will guarantee the possibility of universal digital access for the people of Kenya to enjoy more and better services and opportunities in both public and the private spaces.
This partnership with local mobile operators and international device manufacturers is a step in accelerating access to high-quality 4G devices across the country, and this factory can be anywhere in the world. So we are delighted that it is here in Kenya.
And away from that now to King Charles and Camilla start 4-day visit on Tuesday. Now the British monarch is one of the oldest in the world and remains highly visible not just in the United Kingdom but in the world, especially in countries that were British colonies. Now the powers of the monarch, however, have been changing with the times, and as a new reign begins for the UK, the king is on an expedition of visiting countries that belong to the Commonwealth. Pictures on the internet and videos on the internet showed the king and the queen in their jetting off to Kenya. Starting today, I will be keeping you posted of their visit in the country. And on that note, we come to the end of the news that are making headlines in the country. When we come back from the break, we're coming back with your dailies, so keep it tight.